God damn it. So it's that time again, day to go see the rapist and get my head straightened out. But you guys, I got the new Puffco proxy. Oh boy, I shot the unboxing, first impressions video, all of that. Life was great. I was loving that shit. Um, and I was all set, to edit and upload it and everything. And I already made a post about it on Facebook and YouTube, I know. And I'm not sure if it made it to Instagram. Well, technically this wasn't a video, so I don't know. But Instagram's, just on a side note, isn't publishing my videos for whatever reason. So fuck Instagram anyway. I don't like their support of human trafficking. Same with Threads. I don't even fuck with Threads. But, different wave, different ocean, whatever. So, yeah. Anyway, then I'm sitting here one day. I'm having a sesh, and before it comes to temp, there's just like a plume of smoke rise up and a sizzle sound. And if you saw the Rumble video of Coupons when it did this, it was pretty much the exact same thing. And then the chamber blackened, got chazzed up. And now every time you go to heat it, it'll go for like, you know, not even the full way through the first session, no matter how much you put in it, before it basically just stops vapor production altogether. And it tastes like burnt popcorn, so it's not good. That atomizer is just not good. And, I sent them the pictures and everything, so I've been waiting for like a week for them to respond to my email. And they finally just responded right before I was going to start recording. And like, let's see if I could pull it up here. Like, they're trying to give me like tips and tricks to get it cooled down, and I'm like, like they didn't even read the words I said and looked at the fucking thing, because the atomizer is fucking ruined. It's chazzed it the fuck up. So it says, "Thank you for reaching out, blah, blah, blah. We're sorry to hear about the trouble. If your proxy's running a bit too hot, let's take a few steps to get things back on track. Start by removing the chamber from the base. Let both parts cool down completely." It did that by the time I made the next session. Once they're at room temp, give the connection a quick clean, cotton swab, ISO. I did all that. After that, see how it performs. If it's still acting up, we're happy to continue assistance. Like, I already told you I did all that, you know, and I told you about the sessions I tried to have later on. And oh boy, to be fair, and I did this purposely, they don't know that I'm doing a video about it. So we'll see. I might wait till I finish this support ticket to see what they finally end up doing before I shoot the update. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot an update on that and explain what happened to go in the unboxing first impressions video, and then splice it like right into the beginning of the video, because I don't want anybody to sit there and watch like half of the video and think, "Oh, well, that looks great," and then, you know, go out and buy one and have this same fucking problem. So I want to splice it into the beginning of the video and let everybody know that it was not as good as the first impressions video led on, which is a shame, because the upgrades on it were everything that I wanted and more. And for that first little while before it sizzled out and chazzed the chamber and everything, it was a dream. Fucking thing was about perfect. You know, I paid $250 for that thing too. So that's got me all fucked up. Um, then I don't know if I've made. Well, I know that I did a video on the sleep study. Where I talked about my oxygen dropping, and I don't know if I talked to you guys about the what's his name, Wilford Brimley disease coming back, and like I'm these past, well, I mean, it's been like about a month or so now. I've been increasingly more tired, more dizzy, and like just not feeling well, and dozing off, and all of that. It's only getting worse and worse and worse. And yeah, so I did find out that I have a kind of funny story. Well, not really funny, but uh, whatever you want to call it. Uh, my insurance had sent me at the beginning of the year a an OTC slash groceries members benefit card. What it's something like that. It's kind of a mouthful, like your mom, but it's basically they give me a $1,600 allowance for over the counter stuff, including medical supplies, which is broken up over the 4 quarters. So it's basically like $400 per quarter that I can use, as well as 75 a month in groceries. But it's real particular about what is and isn't. It's so particular about what does and doesn't qualify that the app, uh, the Benefits Pro app or whatever, has a scanning feature so that when you're at Walmart, you can like actually scan the items to see if it qualifies or not. And it's honestly, it's kind of a mess, but you know, it's my insurance paying for extra medical supplies and a few groceries too. So can't really complain about that. When we go to Walmart today, basically, I'm gonna get me a glucose meter and all of that, so I can try to keep a better eye on it. And I am not doing what I'm supposed to be doing very well because it doesn't feel like there's really anything else I can do. As far as drinks go, like it's almost like everything other than soda is fucking disgusting. And so, like all of the diets, the only diet soda that was stomachable at all, or whatever you want to call it, tolerable, whatever, was the Diet Coke. And you will never hear me say, man, I could really go for a fucking Diet Coke right now. It's tolerable, but it's still not good. It's still not a good taste. It's not something that I'm going to fucking crave. So I'm still drinking. I had 4 Mountain Dews this morning, to be honest. I had a big old piece of cake the other day, and I'm eating pasta and burgers like almost every single night. Uh, I did eat some eggs. Uh, I think it was yesterday. Eggs are definitely good, but I know of 2 meals that I like that are like not only diabetic safe, but like actually good for your blood sugar, and that is the eggs, of course, and like tilapia with brown rice and broccoli. That's some good shit right there. Unfortunately, the problem with both of those is, you know, it takes a mountain of it to fill you up. And then by the time you do get filled up, it's like eating Chinese food in an hour, you're hungry again. If it wasn't for, the painful shit in between, I'd just say, fuck it, let it kill me. I am kind of taking that approach with the oxygen thing, um, but I did an experiment to see if, I kind of get the same results that they were getting at the sleep study. And sure enough, I had done this experiment way back I think it was 2019, the last time I felt sick. and and it was doing this. But I kind of figured that that was a thing, just like a side effect. What's up, Squeaks? I see you, buddy. That's my dude. Uh, that's my buddy right there. Squeaker Deekers. Squeaky Deek is on the move. Squeaky Squeak is loose. Give me some treats. Give me some treats. Meow. But anyway, yeah. So I figured it was just a product of me being sick at the time, and I tried that experiment again the other night. Basically, what I did was just as I'm starting to doze off for the night and I lay down to go to bed, I just put the oximeter on my finger and let it run as I'm falling asleep. And what's up, Bert? Bert is out to the party too. And, sorry, got distracted a little bit. My little dudes is all out. But now we just need Count Samula. But yeah, so anyway, the idea is, as soon as I wake back up, because I know I do it every fucking night, like an hour and a half, and immediately check the oximeter. And so I did that, and sure enough, it's low 80s every fucking time. The lowest that it went that night was 82. So basically, every time I go to sleep, my oxygen is dipping down into like the low 80s. And that is about the time that I'm waking up. So I don't know if it's going lower than that, but I know that when your oxygen dips down into the 80s like that, it becomes real easy to like start snowballing kind of and like go lower. And the lower your oxygen goes, the easier it is to go even lower. And I watched the thing, it might have been YouTube, I don't know what it was, but anyway, the guy was doing an experiment to see what would happen if he let his oxygen just kind of snowball. And he got down to 80%, he got down to 70%, and before you know it, he's like within a matter of minutes, he's down to like 20%. And they pull the plug and put the oxygen tubes in his nose and stuff. So, I don't know. On top of that, like my muscles hurt, my bones hurt, and uh, I did start a new medicine. It's going to take a while before I can start noticing any difference from it, but I went to see my new psychiatrist, for the first appointment. I still don't know how I feel about this guy. I don't know if he suffers from some type of nervous disorder where he's like constantly, like blinking his eyes and fidgeting with his phone or whatever, or if it's just that he's not paying attention to me. I don't know for sure. I think it's a fidgeting thing. I do have a little bit of a background in psychology because, of my studies of dream psychology. But it's definitely, feels like a nervous fidgeting thing. But anyway, so I agreed to let them try me out on Lamictal. And so right now we're doing this like little half dose weird thing because they're worried with Lamictal something about a rash. And it can cause this like really bad rash. He said, basically, if you get the rash, stop taking it immediately. And I think he said it would be like on the back of the neck or something like that. So, I'm watching for it. But, he said that that's why you have to start off really slow. And so it'll probably be like a month and a half or something like that before I can take a big enough dose to really notice any difference. I don't know. I think it's supposed to be like more of a mood stabilization kind of thing, which is good. You know, that was the one area that the cannabis has not really helped me very well with. Uh, I was hoping it would do better as a mood stabilizer, but it really hasn't. Um, you know, it does keep me safe. That's the important thing. You know, I'm not going to hurt myself after smoking some weed, but or at least not intentionally. You know, I might accidentally touch the torch right after I take a dab, but that's an accident, so that don't really count. Been there, done that, right? Oh, I am. I also shot the first part of the unboxing and kind of testing out of this like shaved ice maker machine thing. The Berry Love or the Bear Love or the Gay Bear or something like that. Um, and oh boy, did I make a mess of it in that first part because I had basically I filled an ice cube tray up with strawberry Fanta. And oh my God, you know, once I got it, you know, it was delicious, but it was too much for the machine. And so it kept like blocking and stuff. And I struggled and struggled and struggled to get it through. And I finally did, but then I wasn't thinking, you know, about it being sugar and like sticky from all of that. And so it wasn't as simple as drying it off as like water, regular ice would be. And I didn't think to like try just doing ice and then like, you know, pouring it on top of the ice because I figured that would just be like a drink, right? You know, whatever. I don't know. Maybe I'll try that later. But anyway, I've been meaning to shoot the second part of that video for days now, and I haven't done it just because I haven't been feeling good, you know. But at any rate, I'd got a half gallon of 1/5 mix Jolly Rancher Blue, blue raspberry, but there's actually no such thing as blue raspberry. I mean, there's raspberries colored blue, but it's the same flavor. It's just raspberries, you know. But regardless, it's blue raspberry Jolly Rancher slush mix. So you know, I've been waiting to shoot that part of the video because it took me a good bit to get the machine like cleaned out and everything after you know, doing the Fanta ones. But oh my God, that strawberry Fanta shaved ice was fucking delicious. It was it was amazing. It was amazing. Uh, you know, I need to figure out a good way of doing that without like making it that hard to clean up because that was a mess. Um, But yeah, so you know that will come soon. Also, I've got another kitnet box for keys. Should be coming today. So again, I don't know when I'm going to be able to film that because you know just of how weird my health is being right now, and it's like kind of back and forth between days that I feel like I can really do anything at all. And you know, I mean, because like sometimes I'll just walk 5 feet and like and then I'm out of breath, you know, and just completely worn out. So it's a you know, roller coaster is not the right word. I was gonna say it's a roller coaster of a ride, but it's not even that. Whew, it's getting out of breath after walking 4 feet. Um, it's like rain on your wedding day or something like that, and me pouring coffee and sitting here this whole time without even drinking any of it. Mocha Fappy. It's Fapping Mocha, something like that, whatever it's called. Oh my God, I got an actual, went to McDonald's after my sleep study that morning and got a, like an actual Fapping Mocha, whatever you want to call it. from McDonald's. Oh my God, that shit was so good. Uh, Best fucking thing ever. I have not been a fan of their like actual iced coffee from the store. You know, like I mean, like the stuff you buy in Walmart and stuff. I've liked that, has all been great. But then like I went and bought like a regular iced coffee from them and was like, nah, you know, not. I didn't think it was all that good really. But that Fappy Mocha, man, fap me all day long, baby, because that mocha was good. Um, you know, even with the cream on top. Fappy with the cream on top. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. But yeah, so there's, you know, that stuff should be coming in sometime future. And also, you know, the thing with the new Puffco proxy. I'm going to finish that video off eventually, but I'm going to wait until I get this whole issue resolved, I think, before I finish that video off, because, you know, I feel cheap if, you know, I'm just like halfway through trying to solve this issue with it and then finish off the video anyway. It's like, you know, what do you call it, you know, without closure. So, anyway, I got a little bit of time, but I don't want to like use this up too goddamn much. We're already recording for like half an hour, so if I have time, we'll film some more in once we get to Harrisonburg. If not, I love you. I'll see you in the next one, babies. Or flippity flappity flu. In a minute, I will see you. I am just gonna stop saying like if I have time to film more when I get to Harrisonburg, because it seems like I always have time. Ta-da. I said that shit. We even left a little bit late, and I still got like 30 minutes till my appointment. Uh, Yikes. I'm still not going to film for this entire 30 minutes because, like, yikes. That's a lot to edit. And, you know, I do kind of like the editing part, but, like, you know, I like more the part about finishing editing and then, like, looking back and, like, oh, yeah, I did that. Except not as much with these, because there's really not a whole lot to be proud of with these edits. It's just kind of your simple, like, in, out, cut, play, in, out, cut edits on these. So, you know, it's like nothing really fancy, um, unless I'm like stitching in a shot of some girl's butt or something like that. That does happen. As a matter of fact, I think that happened in the last one. You're welcome, by the way, you know. That was some nice looking thickness. Uh, I'm trying. I'm not gonna say anything um, too perversely, but you know, thick thighs, the apple of my eyes, or something. I don't know. Here come a little string of traffic. Oh shit! Son of a bitch. Ugh. Look at that, all out of frame. That's what happens when I dip down. I am not built for bending down. And I have lost my active trackedness. But here I am. I'm black. Yeah. Guess who's black? Black again. Tell a friend. Uh, Drink some gin or something like that. Good. You know. Yeah. I'm not really black in case you're colorblind or something and you can't tell. You know. I'm as pale as my potato. Or rather, I should say, I am as pale as my corned beef hash and cabbage. Uh, Maybe add some boiled potatoes on the side. That's good eating right there. Or they call it a Rick Rubin sandwich. I love me some Reuben sandwich. I really do. Matter of fact, I might have to do that on my way home. Is a Reuben sandwich diabetic safe? Um, I would think so. I'm gonna have to ask about that because I do happen to know where to go get a really good Reuben. Actually, I know like 3 or 4 places now in back home to go get a really good Reuben sandwich. Uh, there's some good Reuben sandwiches back in Elktown, back in the town of many elk. There's some good shit. There was something I wanted to like add on to what we was talking about, or to something we was talking about earlier, and now I got to remember what it was. I did email Puffco back, like as soon as I finished filming out there. So, like now I'm waiting on Puffco to email me back, and they're probably gonna say, "Well, try the thing that we told you to do." Like I told them, like I already tried that. Um, and like I am not happy about this because you know this thing is is there is a warranty on it, and I spent $250 on that thing. So they need to get it working right. Um, you know, Even if that's just like supplying me with a new atomizer. And again, coupons on YouTube had the same problem. So they should know. This isn't just me, and the stuff that they told me make no sense to what the problem is. Because the the atomizer is all chased up and the atomizer is fucking ruined. There's no way I'm gonna bring that atomizer back. And they're telling me to like wipe the connector pins and shit. It don't make no sense. Uh, I am speaking. Whatever. I don't know. Oh shit. I am way off key again. Check out that door. That's a good looking door. Uh, Over. Up. Ooh, I'm sorry about that. Sorry you have to see that. Uh, Let me, whoa, turn around and see if, like, now I can't see the screen, so I don't even know how it looked. Um, but, yada yada, blah, 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 blah. I am sorry for being so fucking stupid. Uh, I am, Well, I am both sorry and I am fucking stupid. Uh, I was thinking about buying a new camera next month, and I don't know, cause like I want to get another camera that's kind of small and like easy to like just put in my pocket, and for like still photography, but then also work as like a vlogging thing. Um, just because like I don't want to have to like carry 2 cameras if I don't have to. Although this probably makes a better vlogging camera than any of the other ones. However, for me, this doesn't work very well as a still camera, if nothing for no other reason, just because form factor or whatever. Plus, in like really bright sun, it's really hard to see this screen. And obviously, there's not an EVF or, whatever you call it, that like little thing on the camera that you look through when it's really bright outside and you can't see the screen. This obviously does not have one of them. And so, using this for a still camera, not so good. Not so good. I did try an experiment of. I mean, I know the GX85, works fine, good even as a still camera, but I tried it an experiment as using it as like a vlogging camera, but there's a big problem with it. It does have the EVF on it, but the screen like kind of flips up and down, but it doesn't articulate, and you can't like flip it up to see yourself from the front of the camera. So that's a little bit of a deal breaker. My GH5 does, but my GH5 is not going to fit in my pocket. I think that like a lot of my ideas, though, this is just going to kind of go by the wayside, and I'm not really going to do anything about it. Just because, getting another camera that will satisfy me for that purpose is going to be expensive. So probably what I'll do is just when I want to vlog, I'll use this, and I might use the money instead to buy the Pocket Cinema 4K to use in studio, and then that way I could kind of relegate the GX85 as like my still camera. And I know, you can, I couldn't use my phone, whatever, as my still camera, but, try getting a good aperture, on your iPhone. The iPhone does take some pretty damn good pictures, but like, I got I think one of my prime lenses is like one f1.5. Try getting bokeh, better bokeh off of the iPhone. It's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. Um, yeah, so although the iPhone is definitely more convenient for that, but you don't get as good of pictures. And the GX85, to be fair, is not going to get as good of pictures as the GH5. But again, the GH5. Sorry, I'm just letting the noise. That was loud. But again, the GH5 is not going to slip into my pocket the way that the GX85 is going to slip into my pocket. I mean, even the GX85 isn't going to slip into my pocket super easy. But, I throw that 14 millimeter prime on it, and, of course, cover the cap. That'll slide in my back pocket, or if I'm wearing like my cargo pants, it'll fit in one of them side pockets. Pretty easy peasy. I have almost completely killed this battery. Of course, I have not charged this camera since before I shot the shaved ice maker videos. So, take from that what you will. We'll figure it out. Anyway, so yikes. So yeah, I don't know. Good. What's next in this crazy chapter of mine? Well, I guess we're like halfway through, in the middle of a chapter or something like that right now. I don't know. Hopefully this book fucking ends soon. This book is too goddamn long. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna cut this video short now, and yeah, thanks for hanging out and hearing me bitch and moan about my shitty life, and I love you. I'll see you in the next one, babies. Bye. Bye. Here comes this dick cheese.
Ooh, what are you tasting?